Hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in today's video, I want to go over the SPX and I want to go over a few charts that I am watching for entry this week. All right, so let's dive right in. Let me pull up the charts. And as we always do, I'd like to start with the SPX. Now, if you've been following along, the thing that I want to cover is again, this trend line that has been in place for a long time since the beginning of 2022. We did get a break of that trend line right through here. And the last few weeks, we've had some chop, right? Kind of what we expected. We had ChopX last week. We had a lot of chop. This morning, Putin comes out and basically says, hey, I'm not going to stop fighting anytime soon. The market isn't wild about that. And we've got this little sort of puke flush this morning. So the SPX is down 64 points right now, 1.5%. Pretty nice little move down. I personally think that this 55 EMA, this yellow line coming in through here, will hold and then we'll head higher. A lot of times when you have news like that, you have this sort of panic, stop run, flush, the VIX spikes, but things usually stabilize and sort of continue doing what they were doing. Anything could happen, and this is not a setup, right? I don't have necessarily a setup right here, but it's just my opinion, my take of where we're at. If we don't hold here, then there is a good chance we'll come all the way back down to this trend line, however, which is what, 39.20 or so. So just be aware, if like 4,000 on the SPX can't hold, that does open the door for a move down to 3,900 or so. But I do think that eventually today, probably this will stabilize, and then by tomorrow, we'll probably be back at around 4,100. Anything can happen, but that's my take. So a couple of things that I'm watching. The first ticker that I'm watching is AI. And this is it's been in the news. You may look at this chart and be like, wow, this is a little interesting, right? I mean, it's got this really nice move up and that's really strong. And now it's just sort of building this pattern. The thing that I like about AI is that it is very volatile. And in looking at a lot of charts, I'm not finding a lot of like the big names that I'm wild about. I do like, Boeing here. I've covered this one before. I still like this a lot, actually, kind of down here at these levels. I like Apple here on the 195-minute chart, but again, I've covered Apple. So a new name to put on your watch list for this week is in AI. And one thing I want you to notice is right here, they've got earnings coming up next week. So they've got earnings coming up on Thursday next week. I like AI. Let me pull that 195-minute chart back up. I like this pattern, right? We have a squeeze down here. I know we don't have red dots, but we have black dots, which just indicates a lower sort of compression squeeze. And I like the level on the daily right here, this 21 EMA. So AI is actually coming in pretty close to it here, which is, it's around 22.20 or 21.20. So I would say anything between, 21 and 22 in AI is sort of a good level for me. I'm looking to pick up some calls that expire next week. Let me show you. I actually bought a couple this morning just as a sort of a starter position, but I'm looking at these next week, the March 3rd, 23, the $25 calls. They're pretty cheap, only a buck and a half. But I actually think that AI, if it does sort of hold this 21 EMA, can actually turn and start taking out 28, possibly 30, and head up to like 32 into earnings. It's, again, a very volatile name. And I will say as a caveat, if it closes below this 21 EMA, which is this blue line right in through here, let me clear that so you can see. If it closes below that, I don't want really anything to do with it. So it's a great risk reward level down here, right? We're at 22. If it closes below, say 21, I'll just stop out. It's totally fine because the potential upside is so big for a potential run into earnings. I have no problem taking that trade with next week's $25 calls in AI. The other thing that I want to look at here is Bitcoin. And I was actually looking for a move higher over the weekend. It really hasn't come through. I mean, it's breached 25K a couple of times, but it hasn't been able to sort of break through that yet. But if we look at this chart on the weekly time frame, you can see that we've got this really nice big base, right? We've got that sort of a neckline here around 25K. And I like this for a move up to say 29 or 30K. I, however, don't really trade Bitcoin. I've never traded actual Bitcoin. I've never traded the cash Bitcoin. I don't have a Coinbase account or anything like that. So what I do is I'll find like proxies, like one that I like to trade. And again, this is a crappy company, but I like to trade it, is Riot. And if we look at Riot on a daily chart, we've got sort of this move higher. And it's a little bit of a wonky pattern, I'll be the first to admit. But we've got a nice squeeze. We've got earnings coming up. And let's see when those earnings are. They are on Wednesday, the 15th of March. So if Bitcoin is going to make that move higher, Bitcoin is going to push between, say, 25 and 30. I think Riot is an interesting one here to pick up off the, between the 21 EMA, which is at 620, between around, let's just call it around $6, around $6. And again, in Riot, the reason I want to know when the earnings are is because that's the series I want to buy the calls. So the 15th of March, so I can just come out here, pick up, into this March monthly series, the 17th of March. And I'm sorry, that's the wrong ticker. Riot. Right here. And I would just go like the in the money $6 calls. You could do the $5 calls, the $6 calls. They're all really cheap. And then, can we get a pop in Bitcoin and a corresponding squeeze in Riot? And they have high short float as well as like a bonus. The other one that I do like here, but I just don't have a setup on it, is Coin. I really like this chart down around the 21 EMA, which is around like 62. The only thing is Coin has earnings today, Tuesday after the close. So I'm just going to have to wait and see. But if I get sort of a week-ish gap down tomorrow, I might consider buying some Coin calls out into like, middle of March. I would say, let's take a look at the expected move for Coin is $14. So if I get a move of like $7 or $8 down tomorrow morning, I'm going to probably look at that as a buying opportunity, a potential buying opportunity, and look for Coin in through here for a move higher. So anyway, that's what I've got. A couple of actual charts that are set up in Riot and AI. And then, just kind of watching Coin. But really, the big thing to watch again is the SPX, because if this fails, if this really starts to, fail around 4,000 and starts to head lower, I mean, pretty much everything's going to go with it. So if that starts to fail today, I'll sit back and say, okay, cool. I'll wait, let's just wait. Let's let it come down here. Let's let it stop out some more people, and let's let it, catch a breath and see what happens from there. There's just absolutely no rush. That's the one thing about when the markets are having a hard time, is there's just no rush. You can keep clicking the mouse, or you can just sit back and say, hey, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna let these setups come to me. I'm gonna be patient, and we'll see what happens, right? So anyway, that's what I've got. I hope it helps. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, whatever, leave me a comment in the section below and I'll get back to you. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Later.